Hello and welcome to Mint. I am Leslie DeMonte. In this edition from the newsroom, we are joined by Pankaj Mishra from Bangalore. Welcome to the show, Pankaj.
Hi, Leslie.
Hi. So today we'll take a look at what India's second largest information technology services company, Infosys Limited, has done. It has acquired Lodestone Holdings for $350 million almost after 3 years. So what is the market scenario and how is the market reacting to it, Pankaj?
Yeah, so to begin with, Infosys attempts to acquire an ERP consulting firm in Europe is nothing new. You remember they lost a bid to HCL Technologies 4 years ago when they were trying to acquire Axon. They are traditionally very conservative when it comes to making acquisitions. So in that sense, the market, investors, and others who track the company, have been talking a lot about whether Infosys needs to shed its risk-averse strategy and go ahead and make a bold acquisition, which could be a game changer of sorts. So, in that sense, it may not have been really a bold, game-changing, big acquisition for Infosys. But what it does is kind of reiterates Infosys' strategy of focusing on high-margin business, which is consulting. So Infosys is hoping that this acquisition will help them gain more business, from rivals like Accenture, who earn a lot of their business from providing high-value consulting. And most importantly, every dollar is spent on consulting could lead to $2 to $3 worth of other services. So this is what Infosys is betting on.
Yeah, that's an interesting observation. But as far as Infosys is concerned, it combines its consulting and systems integration business together. So I'm just wondering whether these guys really break up the consulting business as such, because the other companies have got about 5% of their business from consulting, whether it's Cognizant, whether it's TCS, and I think the benchmark is Accenture. So do you think that if Infosys, post this acquisition, whether Infosys will be able to regain its stature, at least in part, and beat Cognizant at its own game?
Beating Cognizant would need more than making these tuck-in acquisitions. It would need a long-term strategy of gaining market share, which this particular acquisition may not do, because this is focused on more, niche kind of a market, if I may. And if you look at the way they look at consulting versus others, you are right. They include, system integration work in their consulting business.
This also, raises another issue, Pankaj. Basically, is this also a slight move? Because, if you recall, Indian companies are having a lot of problem with visas. Especially the L1 visas, not so much the H1B, but the L1 visas. Also, another thing is that any business that is moved on site also increases their costs. So what's your perspective on this part?
Indeed it is. In fact, this particular company has margins which is, at best in high single digit. So, and if you look at Infosys, they are dealing with profit margins of, in excess of 28%. So, you are right, and local labor laws in Europe would make it very tough for anybody to bring jobs offshore. And when I had a chat with Ronald, who is the chairman of Lodestone a while ago, he said this is not like a typical offshoring deal. There are a lot of sensitivities around keeping jobs on site, and 750 odd people we are talking about. I think they are going to act more like an on-site resource, which is very critical when it comes to the ERP, SAP kind of projects.
So I guess we would perhaps agree that even though this is a small step, it is a step in the right direction, even though it is on the back of criticism by analysts and investors that Infosys has been sitting on a pile of cash, 3.7 billion till the end of June. So I guess it's a small step in the right direction, and we'll leave it at that for now. So thank you, Pankaj, for joining us and giving us these valuable insights.
Sure, Vinodji. Thanks.
So on this note, we end today's episode of From the Newsroom. For more updates, log on to livemint.com. Thank you.